Well, we have missed a couple of weeks, but we are back. We want to be welcoming all of our St. Paul's family and others for worship this coming week. Last Sunday, Don, we took a look at the way in which God is at work in our nation, thankfulness for who we have been, who we have become, but also who we're becoming. And from singing the America the Beautiful, and that phrase about, oh, beautiful for patriots' dream. And it made me realize that the patriots were able to see a horizon vision, as well as what they were able to implement in 1776. And then the phrase in America the Beautiful, it says, God mend thine every flaw. And, you know, part of being Wesleyan is understanding that we experience grace as prevenient grace, saving grace, sanctifying grace, and glorifying grace. And so there's a journey. And that we as Christians in the American culture can support and affirm the good and noble dreams on the horizon and encourage our country as God seeks to mend every flaw. But of course that begins with me. I have to tell you that over the past week I've really thought about, okay, there's things the country may need to do. There's things that St. Paul's may need to do. But you don't. You need to do fresh things in your life in terms of a healing America and the healing of racial division. So I just want to ask you, I think your heart has been softened in the past few weeks, just in that area. As you've been reflecting briefly, what are some things that come to your heart that you think you're learning about what, as a disciple of Jesus, what are some steps that you're finding that you're needing to take?
Well, you know, it seems that there's a lot of conflict in the world around us, and it's easy to get sucked into it. But a lot of it takes us nowhere. So what I have to do is to just quiet my heart and focus on God. And what do you have me do? And think of those long visionary goals that He has for me, like He did our forefathers on the horizon. Yeah. But you know, just to quiet and listen and to understand, because quite frankly, the minute I think I have it, I don't. So quiet, listen, and observe. And try to be very, very objective.
And I don't know exactly how we are to do all of that, but I know from the things you've shared with me, Don, it has really encouraged me that we need to speak less and listen more.
Amen.
Bark less, wag more is not a bad notion either. I like that bumper sticker. So this Sunday, we're going to be taking a look at a passage in Matthew, and we'll be looking where Jesus talks about how important it is that our lives are not built around merely what we see or the appearances or the traditions, but our lives are really built at the center of who we are. Part of our 2020 vision here at St. Paul's is spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening and engaged mission. So we've talked about engaged mission quite a bit. This Sunday I want to step back and I just want to talk about how important it is that our heart is deep into the coordinates of a true north, and that how important spiritual awakening is. So we're going to be looking in Matthew. You learned it where we talk about how good we feel the experience is on Sunday mornings here on campus. Out to encourage persons who may be wondering, well, I wonder if I should try out worship on campus. You do what works best for your health and your blessing. You know, Don, as far as I know, and I think I would know if it was otherwise, we have had no deaths in our congregation since the COVID crisis began. And I think that's the longest stretch. We're pushing close now to 5 months of not losing anyone in our congregation. You do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. We're going to make it through this. I want to thank all of you that are supporting us in your prayers, in your presence, whether it's online or on campus, in your gifts and in your service. We're going to be exploring, and there are some opportunities that are coming online for us to be more in service even during this time. And then also with your witness. You know, your witness may be sending our daily devotional to a friend one day and sharing with them how it spoke to you. It may be sending a link to our worship service and inviting them. One of our members shared how she gathered friends from her neighborhood and watched a worship service via live stream on their patio. And so, you know, that's a beautiful, beautiful ministry witness. Thank you so much for being St. Paul's. You're a very special family. And Don, thank you for sharing from your heart and your experience. Blessings to you. We'll see you Sunday.